Please welcome former General Counsel of BNY Mellon, Jane Sherburne.
Michele Hirshman is my friend, but we started out as adversaries. In fact, I first met Michele nearly a decade ago when she took, and I defended, the deposition of a certain vice chairman of Citigroup. She worked for Eliot Spitzer. I worked for Sandy Weil. I expected a rabid, mad dog prosecutor, and there she was. No fangs, smart, fair questions, and I liked her. I think our friendship explains a lot about Michele and why her transformation from the brilliant and effective prosecutor and public servant you heard about in the video testimonials to a brilliant and effective defense lawyer is not so inexplicable after all. Michele is just good at what she does, with a remarkable ability to keep her eye on true north. Whether it's vindicating the public interest or helping people with a bullseye on their back navigate through tough times, she knows how to be sensitive to the drama or the politics and accommodate that dynamic wisely without letting it distract her or her team from whatever the ultimate objective. She is determined with all her considerable judgment, insight, brainpower, and guts to enable her clients to be understood clearly and presented in a way that promotes a fair assessment of their conduct. And trust me, that's without pulling any punches with her clients. This skill or gift alone sets Michele apart from most. But what makes Michele particularly deserving of the Civic Leadership Award is her use of these considerable skills, not just to be good, but to do good. And not just the public good that Eliot and Caitlin described, Michele uses the practice of law for the public good across a broad spectrum of activity in which she engages as a partner at Paul Weiss, a professional home that Michele values because it supports the full range of her capacity to contribute. From her mentoring of younger lawyers at the firm to her pro bono work, to acting as a wise man for public officials, for example, her recent role co-chairing the Brooklyn DA Ken Thompson's transition team, to serving as a valued board member of the Legal Aid Society, the City Bar Justice Center, and the Center for Advancement of Public Integrity, to name just a few. Perhaps most pointedly for me has been the way Michele has partnered with me to support two young men from the Middle East as they introduce a negotiation skills training program to young Palestinian and Israeli leaders. She's embraced this modest program with the same care and excellence and teamwork that I have seen her apply in advising boards of directors. She is simply the best. It's an honor for me to be able to present to Michele with great conviction that she is entirely deserving the Citizens Union of the City of New York Civic Leadership Award for, quote, her powerful leadership in the legal community and her commitment to an honorable judicial process and fair civil society. Michele?
Thank you, Jane. As those of you who know Jane know, she has been an inspiration and a sponsor and a mentor to many, many women lawyers in this city and around the country with her courage and intellect and insight, and I'm totally humbled that she introduced me tonight. I want to thank My remarks will be ones of gratitude. I want to thank Citizens Union for this recognition. New York City is the home that my husband, Russell Pierce, and I chose over 30 years ago because of the clarity of vision and the intensity of a commitment to the public good that organizations like Citizens Union have brought to this city for years. And so I feel very honored to be a part of the tradition that you have been carrying on here for so many, many years, and hopefully for so many more. There are many to whom I owe a debt of gratitude for supporting me on a professional path that has allowed me to engage in this city's civic life. First, to my fellow law student friends from Yale Law School who are here tonight, some of you who returned home to New York City over 30 years ago, and others who, like Russell and me, came for the adventure of it all. It has been a privilege to build our careers and families with you. I had the good fortune, as Mr. Thompson noted, of being able to serve in government for 20 years. And I worked in two of the finest government agencies that this city, this state, and this country has to offer. To my friends from the Southern District of New York, as well as folks who were on the other side of the table from me when I was in the Southern District of New York, I am extremely grateful to have grown up with you in a tradition that taught that the decision not to bring criminal charges is as important to the fair and just administration of justice as the decision to bring charges. And I am honored that you participated with me for so many years in that process. And to my friends at the New York Attorney General's office, I cannot express how fortunate I feel to have served with you in that office under the leadership of Eliot Spitzer, who believed in and showed us all how government can be a force for good. It was a privilege and an honor, Eliot. Seven and a half years ago, it was my privilege again to be elected as a partner at Paul, Weiss, Wharton, Rifkind, and Garrison, which is fitting because it is a quintessential product of this city. It is a law firm that, along with others, has engaged in the civic life of New York through its representation of financial and cultural and educational and healthcare institutions and the underprivileged and the overprivileged, without concern about their popularity or their unpopularity at any point in time. And I feel extremely lucky to have been embraced by this firm and to make it my professional home. One of the great lessons I think that I've learned over the past couple years is that civic life is more than what can be expressed through government. And indeed, civic life often occurs outside of government. So I am very touched and grateful for the contributions of many of my friends here from the Bank of New York Mellon, who provides the financial infrastructure that makes this city work, for my friends at Merck, who create life-saving and life-sparing drugs that enable us to live the healthy lives we live, and to my friends Jim Lentz and Toyota, who are literally the people who make us move in this city. Finally, I must acknowledge my family, both my family of origin and those who have become a part of my family over time. I want to thank my husband, Russell Pierce, who inspires and supports me. The godparents of our children, Seth and Jacob Pierce, who cannot be here tonight because they are gainfully employed and being gainfully educated. in the northern suburbs of Cambridge and the western suburbs of Chicago. I also want to acknowledge my brothers, my baby brother, Ken Hirshman, who is here tonight, as well as my other brother, Elliot, who is out in San Diego. And finally, I want to thank my parents, who I am blessed to have here with me tonight, Edna Mae and Harold Hirshman. They taught me to leave the world a little bit better, and that's what I'm going to try to do. Thank you.